You will not find this everywhere out there because this requires good quantitative and qualitative analysis, which is what I'll give you over here. I made this video with the intention that if my nephew or niece tomorrow, or if my younger brother asks me that, okay, where should I go? What is the advice that I would give to my family? You know, all of those B schools who are going to send me a mail after watching this video that, hey, this is wrong, this is incorrect. I'm doing your job. You should be doing this job ideally. The new IIM results are out, the middle IIM's results are out, and this weekend would have gone into all of that chaos that, okay, I've got the final admission offer from this B school, this IIM, where should I go, where to go, which of these new IIMs should I choose? Well, in this video, my objective is to address all of those queries, because all of these 6 IIMs which we have, the 6 new IIMs, the second generation IIMs, be it IIM Udaipur, IIM Trichy, IIM Kashipur, IIM Ranchi, IIM Raipur, IIM Rohtak, these 6 IIMs, I'll be sort of ranking these IIMs, these new IIM rankings, so that you can make a choice that if you are somebody who wants to do marketing, who wants to do finance, who wants to do consulting, then where should you go? Yes, this ranking is going to be domain wise, not just something which is general and generic. Hi, I'm Darpan Saxena, an MBA graduate from IIM Udaipur. I've been the MBA Product Head at Career Launcher. I'm the founder of Creatum, and I help MBA students create fulfilling careers without depending on placements. Now, I'd done a similar video last year, Where to Go, and that video witnessed a very astounding response from all of the aspirants, because that really helped you solve one of your biggest queries, that जाना कहाँ पे है, because अब समझ नहीं आ रहा है किस स्ट्रीम में कौन सा फेमस है, कौन सा बेहतर है, क्या क्या करना है. Well, in this video I will be analyzing everything, right from their final placements to even their summer placements to their admission criteria, some quantitative, in fact a lot of quantitative factors, data or qualitative factors be. So without further ado, let's get into where to go, these new IIMs ranked for your convenience. Now, the first things first, I'm just going to give you a brief snapshot of this, that which IIMs are we talking about. We're talking about these 6 IIMs. IIM Rohtak, I've given when they were established, does not make a difference because same time, and which are the mentor IIMs. Does that make a difference? We'll get to know towards the end. Now, from here, let's start off by understanding that, okay, what is the final selection criteria of these IIMs? And this is extremely important. You might be thinking that, hey, ranking ki video hai ye, admission criteria pe kyun aaye hai? Because for all you know, a lot of insights about what kind of students you'll find there, what kind of batchmates you'll find there, you'll find it from here. And then, because what is the batch composition, what is the batch composition most likely going to be like, basis that you'd get a sense of that, okay, what are the kind of placements, what are the kind of job offers that are going to come, because some job roles want freshers, some job roles prefer work experience, some job roles prefer work experience, that too in that domain. All of that is there. All of these are small factors. You will not find this everywhere out there because this requires good quantitative and qualitative analysis, which is what I'll give you over here. So let's move back to this, and here is what you can see. Here is one snapshot of this. So for example, you will see that if I were to speak about IIM Rohtak, you will see that their entire weightage, or the majority of their weightage, goes to CAT score, which is 60, and then academic diversity, gender diversity, which is 20, and your personal interview, which is 20. So for example, here you can make an insight that, okay, work experience को number नहीं दिए हैं, that means probably a lot of the guys out there in my batch are going to be freshers. Also because 10th board and 12th board and profile and CS and graduation score ko number nahi diye, probably most of these students are going to be freshers and maybe with not great acads, or maybe they might be, I don't know. But then from various other things, you can make these kinds of insights. So this is one snapshot which you should know. Now, moving on from there, let me take you through a very important thing basis which you guys evaluate how a B school should be. So let us address it, which is the salaries. And now this is from the placement reports of the latest available placements reports of all of these institutes. Again, IIM Kashipur, Raipur, Ranchi, Rohtak, Trichy and Udaipur. In the yellow bars, you can see the average, and in the blue bars, you can see the median salaries. Okay, you would know, if you know statistics, you would know what is average, what is median. For your convenience, because that is a more acceptable parameter, we will be seeing average salaries. Now here is what you you can see. Further, a very important thing which I have done for you is that only 3 out of these 6 placements reports are audited. Audited means what? Audited means that a private agency or an agency is engaged by this particular B school in order to verify that whatever claims we are making for our placements, that okay, this much is our average salary, or these number of students they got placed in consulting, or these number of students they got placed in finance, please verify it and certify it for everybody else that yes, we have audited this and that yes, all of this data is correct. This is auditing, very important. Now you can clearly see here that 3 B schools are there which take this very seriously. I know for a fact that IIM Udaipur has been auditing this since forever. So is IIM Kashipur. Now you would see that the highest salary or the highest average is with IIM Trichy, which is a 19.43. But is it audited? It's not audited. Then from there you can see that it's probably IIM Rohtak, which is a 19.27. Is it audited? It's not audited. Then probably from there the third highest is an IIM Udaipur with an 18.77. Is it audited? Yes, it is audited. So this number is something which we can believe on to be correct. For the numbers which are not audited, again you need to understand कि अगर audited नहीं है रिपोर्ट तो वो क्या है. अगर वो रिपोर्ट audited नहीं है, मेरे नजरिए में वो सिर्फ एक marketing brochure है. That is a tool which a college would use to promote that okay, what do I want, what kind of students I want this year, what do I want to project myself in, that okay, if I want to project myself in to be a good campus for consulting, I would do that, or if I would want to project higher salaries or to be at par with some of the other institutes, I can do it. There is nobody who will come and check this. So there's a very big risk, and it's a known thing among everybody. So you can talk to your seniors and everybody that if the report is not audited, you can safely assume that you can shave off some 1 to 2 lakhs or even 2.5 lakhs from the figure which they are quoting. Now this is not a standard thing कि आपको 1-1.5-2 लाख हटाना ही है, but usually it is what it is. It could also be that all of these statistics are true. How much are the chances that these are true? Very less chances, but they could be true. So this is one snapshot. Now one more thing which you need to know is that not just what are the salaries, please don't stop at what are the average salaries. Now is the time where I encourage you to go domain wise, that okay, let me go inside the domains, that okay, probably I as an informed MBA aspirant needs to know that okay, what is the specialization I want to go for. It is my responsibility. अगर मैंने MBA करने का फैसला दिया है, किसी इंस्टीट्यूट को 20-25 लाख रुपए देने का फैसला करा है, ये मेरी जिम्मेदारी बनती है that to maximize my outcomes from that MBA program, I need to choose my specialization. If you've chosen it, it is great. If you've not, please do it. Please try and make an informed choice about it. I'm not saying that you cannot make it afterwards. You can, but you will get the best outcomes from your MBA if right now you're clear that okay भाई मुझे marketing and sales करना है, या मुझे finance करना है, या मुझे consulting ही जाना है. Why is it important that you need to choose it right now, and why is this slide going to be super important? Because our rankings, which is what I'll be showing you, is a lot of it is focused and hinged upon these numbers. It is very important for you to know your specialization, to choose your specialization right now, because as soon as your classes begin in June, in the next 4 weeks, 6 weeks, your place.com will freeze your CV. आप उसके बाद CV में चेंजेस नहीं कर पाएंगे. विच मीन्स व्हाट, जब अगस्त और सितंबर से आपके समर इंटरव्यू, समर प्रोसेसेस शुरू हो जाएंगे, बिकॉज इन अगस्त द प्लेस कॉमर्स विल स्टार्ट सेंडिंग योर CVs अक्रॉस टू कंपनीज सो दैट दे कैन एंगेज देम फॉर द प्लेसमेंट प्रोसेस स्टार्टिंग इन September. In September, all you know, your placements have started, and suddenly you have no clue about it. You've not done enough profile building. तब क्या होगा अगर आपने चूज नहीं करा हुआ है? Whichever company you get shortlisted in, whichever company sees your CV to be good, you will go for an interview and you will get placed. Your life is not in your control. Whereas if you've made a choice that okay, I want to do finance, I want to get those big finance salaries, you would from right now, from April, May, you would start off building your profile, and then by the time your CVs get frozen, you would have done certain certifications or courses or whatever, and your CV will reflect that. You'll make better informed choices. Much higher chances of you get getting shortlisted, ये बताना जरूरी इसलिए है because this is what this entire slide is hinged upon. You need to make this choice, and if you've not made this choice, then one thing which I can do for you is that I have a course called How to Be School. In that course, How to Be School, I have a sub course called MBA Specialization Selector. So go to this page, you'll find the link to this page in the description, and take this course called MBA Specialization Selector, because in this course what I have done is that you will be able to see that you will be able to learn about all of the specializations which are important, which is consulting, finance, marketing, sales, HR, operations and supply chain, and you'll be able to make an informed choice that what is a career like in these fields. So do not ignore this. This is something which I saw over the last 4 or 5 years, that students are making a mess of their placements because they don't know what they want to do. Now coming back to this, here is one important snapshot. Now one thing which I want to talk to you about is IIM Ranchi, because that is a very striking thing in front of you. Now the problem with IIM Ranchi's placement report, apart from the fact that it is not audited, that they did not take the pains to get their placement report audited, apart from that fact, the problem is while all other reports give the breakup as per domain means what is going to be the domain of your work, IIM Ranchi does not give a breakup of domain. It gives a domain of the sector of the company, which means what? Which means that, and in fact I'll show you the placement report as well. Now here is the final placement report of IIM Ranchi, about which I am speaking to you about. Now here is the problem. If you scroll down this report, and if we come to the MBA snapshot of this report, instead of giving a breakup of what your work is, what they have given is a breakup of what the organization is in. So the sector which the organization is in. So that organization could be an e-commerce organization, but तुम्हारा काम क्या है उसमें? वो ई-कॉमर्स कंपनी आके कंसल्टिंग के लिए ले रही है? ऑब्वियसली नॉट. वो मार्केटिंग एंड सेल्स के लिए ले रही है, वो प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट के लिए ले रही है, वो टेक्नोलॉजी के लिए ले रही है? दैट इज अनक्लियर. सो यू आर नॉट एबल टू मेक अ चॉइस यूजिंग दिस रिपोर्ट दैट व्हाट इज द ब्रेकअप. दिस इज नॉट अक्रॉस ऑल ऑफ द रिपोर्ट. इवन एट अ place where they have shared that what is our average salaries as per domain, they have still not shared the percentage breakup कि कितने students किस field में गए हैं. So that is a very big problem which I saw with this, and that is why unfortunately I have no other way to help you but to do this. Unfortunately I was not able to share that on the slides, but while that would be a minor disadvantage to IIM Ranchi, I have done my best to not let it be a big disadvantage so that you can make a best choice. Now here is something which you can see. You can see the breakup across the domains, that किस field की company कहाँ आती है. So say for example, if I talk about the first row, which is the row of consulting, you can see that in IIM Kashipur, which is an audited report, at the top you can see the sign of audited. You can see that sign on top of IIM Kashipur, IIM Raipur and IIM Udaipur. You can see that 12.7% of the batch which sat for placements, they got placed in this company, these kind of job roles, this kind of domain of work, which is consulting. In IIM Raipur, now you will see one thing which is slightly hatke, is that they have combined analytics and consulting. They have not given consulting standalone, whereas all other B schools, obviously except for IIM Ranchi, has given consulting standalone. Does that impact Rohtak in any way? We will see, because this is important. It will impact. In fact, I would give you a spoiler already. It will impact. Second row is sales and marketing. You can see that probably IIM Raipur gets 32.7% offers in sales and marketing job roles, followed by an IIM Udaipur, which is extremely close to it. It gets a 30.2% of the batch in sales and marketing, which means at these three campuses, which is IIM Raipur, IIM Udaipur, IIM Rohtak, almost 1/3 of the batch is getting placed in sales and marketing. So probably great places for sales and marketing, but are they? We will see when we get to the ranking. So you have to stay up till there. Then let's talk about something like a finance. You can see something very striking over here, and IIM Rohtak is claiming 29% of finance. IIM T is claiming 23% of finance. Now, why am I using the words claiming for some of these institutes? Because these institutes have not audited their placement report. So I will not present it to you as a fact कि IIM Rohtak में 29% of the job roles are finance. I cannot put it as a fact because it's not audited. So wait. you need to very carefully hear me out. You also need to very carefully hear me out, because there will be a lot of things which I'll be speaking about which is not going to be on the slide. So it's going to be a long video, it's going to be a helpful video, but आपको सुनना भी पड़ेगा, because बहुत चीजें slide में नहीं है जो मैं अपने insights add करूंगा. That's why it's extremely important. Now let's come back to this, and this is what you will see is the entire breakup of it. One more thing, one more comment I'll make here, after which we'll move one step closer to our rankings for which you are here, is that please appreciate audited placement reports. I'll tell you why. Two institutes, IIM Kashipur and IIM Udaipur, for the last good 5, 6, 7, 8 years, they have been regularly getting both of their placement reports audited. Both means final placement bhi, summer placement bhi. And you can see the quality of breakup you can get in those is remarkable. IIM Udaipur and IIM Kashipur have given such in-depth detailed breakup. Even if the percentages are small, they have specified even that, okay, 1% of our batch has gone into HR. They have specified that. Whereas the B schools which have not got their placement reports audited, they do it whichever way they want to. So you will see in IIM Rohtak, they have combined product management with IT and with operations. They did not do it separately. IIM Rohtak mein hi Genman and HR has been clubbed. Why? Makes no sense, but it has been clubbed because you can do it now. You can do whatever you want to because it's not audited. The moment you get a placement report audited, they structure it beautifully, domain-wise, sector-wise, whatever, and you get beautiful insights from there. Now, let me tell you one thing. From this slide, you can see that, very good, 23% is finance, and probably IIM Rohtak seems to be the finance campus, or maybe it is IIMT, which is a finance campus, or, you know what? 16% of the people come in consulting, so maybe IIM Udaipur is the consulting new IIM. Is it? Oh my god. Wait a minute. Let's not jump to those conclusions. Because final placements show to you something. There is something else. There is another side to it which I want you to see, which often gets ignored, but it should not get ignored, because, my dear friends, the problem is if you ignore that, then when you enter your B school in the next few weeks, you'll get shocked. I don't want you to get shocked. I don't want to create sensationalism that, you know what, the new consulting campus IIM Udaipur, although that is my B school where I am from, but I don't want to create that sort of a sensationalism. I want to give you hard facts. I don't want to mislead you. Therefore, something very important is you also need to know summer placements. And now when you will see summer placements, a very big glaring fact will come right in front of your face. Let's see this. Let's try and understand this. Summer placements. Now, one more thing which you will see. Now, suddenly in summer placements, only 2 placement reports are audited, which is IIM Kashipur and IIM Udaipur, which historically have been getting their placements report audited. I would have to appreciate IIM Kashipur for sure. Why? Because their placement numbers have been very low. They have averaged at about 15, 16 and kya nahi hua unke sath. But yet, despite that, they have resisted the temptation to not get the placement report audited, because wo chahte, they could have not had it audited and they would have said, you know what, we're 17.5 and we're 18 and we're 19, whatever. They don't do that. And at the same time, I had also appreciated IIM Udaipur, because despite having their placement reports audited, they're still having good stats. If you see this, I'm talking about this particular slide. IIM Kashipur, भाई IIM Kashipur को audit कराने की जरूरत क्या है? उसको दिख रहा है कि मैं पीछे रह गया हूँ थोड़ा, मैं एवरेज के एस्पेक्ट में बहुत पीछे रह गया, मैं 15 पे हूँ और बाकी लोग कह रहे हैं मैं 18 हूँ, कोई nobody is even at 17. Forget 16, 17 भी कोई नहीं है. My dear friends, respect the institutes which do this, because they want to give you transparency. That's what you need to really appreciate. And how does that factor in the rankings, I'll share with you. But let me come back to summer placements, because here is where I want to break the ultimate truth to you. Let no other influencer or anyone else give you wrong information. My dear friends, just look at this number. IIM Kashipur, 49% of the batches sales and marketing. IIM Raipur, 54% of the batches sales and marketing. IIM Trichy, 46% of the batches sales and marketing. IIM Udaipur, 39% of the batches sales and marketing. IIM Ranchi, IIM Rohtak did not care to give this breakup in their summer placement reports at all. As I've said, Ranchi has only given sector-wise breakup, domain-wise नहीं दिया है. Sector means company किस industry में है वो. And Rohtak ने ना ही वो वाला breakup दिया ना ही वो वाला. The point is, my dear friends, we might call IIMT the finance campus. The fact is, in summer placements, all of these B schools are basically sales and marketing campuses. I don't want to scare you. I want to bring to light a very glaring truth which you need to know right now, so that once you enter your B school, you should not be shocked. That please, if you're joining a B school thinking about a domain, you should, and that is what I will also prescribe you in my rankings. Do that, it's great. But But in all of these B schools almost, the summer placements are happening mostly in sales and marketing. आधा batch वहाँ पे place हो रहा है. So unless and until you really work hard on your profile, you really start building your concepts from right now, you are my dear friend going to get placed only in sales and marketing, which brings me back to the fact that, are you building your profile? Are you learning the concepts? I've seen this problem over the last 7-8 years. Same problem. Again, that is why I built a course for this also. And I need to bring this out to you. Again, if you go to How to Be School, in my package, there is one more course. It is called MBA Concepts Crashers. What am I doing in MBA Concepts Crashers? I'm doing one very simple thing. MBA first year में जो concepts पढ़ाएंगे आपको, be it accounting, economics, finance, statistics, जो भी पढ़ाएंगे वो मैंने उसके छोटे छोटे crashers बना के डाल दिया है. So that, my dear friends, once you go to the B school, you don't feel scared. You are always one step ahead because you've learned a few of these things. Extremely important. And that is how only when you see a slide like this and when you see that, okay, मैं त्रिची जा रहा हूँ फाइनेंस के लिए, मगर शायद सिर्फ 20% ही ऑफर्स समर्स में फाइनेंस के लिए हैं, या फिर मैं शायद IIM उदयपुर जा रहा हूँ कंसल्टिंग के लिए, मगर सिर्फ 12% ऑफर्स ही IIM उदयपुर में कंसल्टिंग के लिए, तो भाई वो 12% ऑफर्स मुझे समर्स में ही निकालनी है ताकि मुझे PPO PPI मिल जाए. That is the philosophy. Are you ready? My question is, are you ready? Because before going to the rankings, this was something which was extremely important for me to share with you. Otherwise, you'll get misled. Now, my dear friends, comes a point wherein we can start to talk about rankings, because now we've seen data. Now we understand this थोड़ा और ज़्यादा अच्छे से, a little bit more closely. So let me now take you through some of the very important things. But before I share with you the rankings, I want to talk to you about some thumb rules. Now this slide is very important slide. I want your attention on this. I want your big attention, full focus on this, because in these thumb rules, I will be telling you almost like the framework of my ranking. ये कोई हवा में मैंने एक येलो कलर के सोफे पे और यहाँ अखबार लेके ऐसे करके नहीं बनाई है रैंकिंग कि अरे बेटा तू यहाँ चला जा, बेटा तू यहाँ चला जा, मैंने वो वाला काम नहीं करा है. It is both quantitative and qualitative. It is deep. And I'll give you the thumb rules how I've come to this. And using these thumb rules slide, what you can do is, my dear friends, you can also start to think for yourself. I would go to the extent of saying that, okay, if you think that no, maybe something is wrong in this, so be it. I am giving you the way to think about it. And the rankings which I am presenting to you, these are probably the most, not probably, these are the most authentic rankings you'll find out there. I'll stick my neck out for this, because this has not happened just overnight. This has happened after a lot of analysis. In fact, years of closely observing these institutes at CL or independently, all of those things. Now let's come back to this and understand what are some thumb rules, some things which I need to say to you. First of all, my dear friends, not all IIMs are better than non-IIMs. Now, one thing you need to know. In this video, I will be speaking only about the IIMs, the 6 new IIMs. However, I want you to subscribe to the channel and like the video. There's a reason why I'm saying that, because in one of my subsequent videos, I will be taking these IIMs and will be comparing it with comparable non-IIMs. So suddenly, if you had a query, SCMHRD जाए कि IIM Kashipur जाए, that is the video you need to watch. Suddenly, if you have a question, अरे SIBM या फिर IIM Udaipur, that is the video you need to watch. Or maybe some college and some of these, that is the video, because I will not give you the blanket answer कि अरे यार this is an IIM, go for it. No, some non-IIMs are better than IIMs. That's first thing which you need to keep in mind. Second thing is, I've said this earlier, I'm going to repeat it right now, because now we're moving towards ranking. We are moving towards a very sensitive part of this video. It's a very controversial part. I start getting emails from placecoms, for all you know, that why this, why that, and I have a thing to say to the placecomers as well, but okay, I'll get to that afterwards. Audited placement reports means a lot, because that is fact. Suddenly that is facts. Whatever is non-audited is a claim. Understand the difference between facts and claim. You will be leading businesses very soon. You need to be smart. Nobody can come and fool you. It's a fact. A non-audited placement report is a marketing brochure. All of those all of those B schools who are going to send me a mail after watching this video that, hey, this is wrong, this is incorrect, I'm doing your job. You should be doing this job ideally. You are giving non-audited data which nobody can cross-check except for asking your students, and even the students say that, you know what, it's all inflated. So I'm doing your job. So if you want to tell me anything, send me an audited report in that mail, then we'll talk. Now, coming back to this. audited placement report mean a lot, but the third thing is very important. Choose a B school for a particular specialization only if you are very sure about that specialization. Again, I repeat, हिंदी में बताता हूँ, एक B school को एक particular specialization के लिए तभी choose करिएगा अगर आप बहुत sure हैं कि मुझे specialization करनी है. For example, a lot of times you might think that, you know what, I want to do operations, and basis my rankings you choose a B school basis operations. 4 हफ्ते बाद when you enter that B school you realize यार operations तो करने का मन नहीं था, वो तो यार उस समय पता नहीं बड़ा sexy sound कर रहा था operations. Don't do that, don't make that mistake. So first ask yourself, if I'm telling myself that hey, I want to do operations, do I really want to do operations? What is it that is really making me say this, that yes, I want to do operations? And if that is a very conclusive reason, then only go for it. Again, which brings me to the fact, one more thing, that is why probably you need a program like How to Be School, because that is where I give you clarity. How else can I help you? How else can I help you and tell you that okay, what specialization is important for you? This is the only way I can help you. Please take it seriously. This is important. Therefore, the third thumb rule was that choose a B school for its specialization only if you're clear about your specialization. This is a reminder because now we're entering a very sensitive area. And finally, one more important thing, please don't use fees of a B school as a primary criterion. I have seen enough number of students over the years which come to me, and one of their primary criterias before anything, before comparing salary or domain wise salary or anything, the primary criteria is fees. But fees वहाँ कम है, fees वहाँ पे ज़्यादा है. This mostly happens in FMS and all, you know that. And last year I had made a video on IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Bangalore, IIM Calcutta versus FMS. These 4 B schools compared. This is one point I made over there. Please don't go by fees. Go by impact, go by other important things. So just a reminder to you, please do not use fees as the primary indicator. Now, before I start sharing with you the new IIM rankings, the rankings of the new IIMs, which B school to choose, which IIM to go, let me give you the factors which I'm going to use in selecting these. Some of them are going to be quantitative factors right in front of you on your screen. Some of them are going to be qualitative factors, which is what my responsibility as a coach is, as a mentor is. If I've been in this industry for over 10 years I've been in this industry, there is something which I bring to it, and I cannot entirely go by data, because especially when data is not audited, when people are literally there to really, I don't want to use the word, but play around with you, I need to also bring up my sensibilities to tell you that okay, which is the good place to go and which is not a good place to go, irrespective of data. So while most of this video, this is very important. Now, while most of this video is going to be data and quality and quantitative analysis basis these factors which I present to you, some part of it is going to be qualitative as well, which is opinions, facts which I know from my sources. My attempt, however, is to keep the qualitative part कम से कम, वरना तो फिर this will become a very highly opinion based video कि जी मतलब उन्होंने बोला है कि जी आप इस B स्कूल में जाए, अरे वो कौन होते, मैं कौन होता हूँ बोलने वाला. तो मेजर ग्राउंडिंग डेटा में होगी. You will see this. Now, what points of data am I using to talk about? So for example, firstly, percentage of offers in a domain, which is what I have shown you. I'll be showing them to you again when I'll be giving you the rankings. Extremely important. Brand value of the companies is also something which I have taken into account. It is very important. People don't do this. People go by average salaries. At best, they go by the percentage of offers. And right when I'm talking about the consulting rankings, you will see this in play. You will see that yes, I've used brand value of a company to rank a B school. Average salary, but domain wise. It's very important. Domain wise salary. See, again, understand this. There is no point going to a B school and saying that, you know what, the average salary of this B school is very high, but the moment you go there, you realize that, okay, wait a minute. The average salary of the domain in which I want a job is very low. Oh my God, what the F? How do I do? And what do I do about it? Therefore, my dear friends, becomes very important to remember this as a factor that, okay, average salary, but as per my domain. Then, obviously, average salary overall, that what is the average salary overall, which is extremely important for me to know, because that is something which is going to play a role. Because if suppose tomorrow when I am in the B school, I realize that, okay, this is probably not the domain I want to be in, I have a fallback option. At least I'm in a good B school wherein the overall salaries are good. That's that. And then from there, batch diversity in profile, very important. Somewhere that also determines what kind of companies come there. That is a factor. प्लेसमेंट रिपोर्ट क्वालिटी मींस व्हाट, कितना डेटा दे रहे हैं, कैसे प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं, कंपार्टमेंटलाइजेशन कैसे कर रहे हैं, एनालिटिक्स को कंसल्टिंग के साथ क्लब तो नहीं कर रहे IIM रायपुर की तरह, या फिर IIM रोहतक के जैसे HR और जनरल मैनेजमेंट को कंबाइन करके कुछ एक परसेंटेज तो नहीं दे रहे, प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं कर रहे, या फिर अनऑडिटेड तो नहीं दे रहे, या फिर प्लेसमेंट रिपोर्ट में ब्रेकअप दे ही नहीं रहे लाइक IIM रांची एंड IIM रोहतक, ये सब चीजें. नाउ वंस यू नो ऑफ द, एंड देन फाइनली one more very important thing, which is a very important qualitative factor, which is perception of the B school. That is very important, because a lot of times data does not do enough justice, for which you need to really go by that what exactly is the perception, what does the industry, what do we people who are in this space think about it, and where do we see it go. That is very important. Now with that, my dear friends, we've come to the point that I will be sharing with you the preference order, that to domain wise. So consulting, marketing, finance, operations, all of that is in this video. Please do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. There is a reason I'm saying that. It's not just a good thing to say ki, "Arey, like the video, subscribe to the channel." No, there's a reason. Like the video so that I appear more in your feed. Why? Because my subsequent videos are going to be very important for you to choose a B school. One, for you to prepare well for your B school when you enter it. You don't want to get lost. That's that. And subscribe to the channel, because very soon I'm going to present more videos on this, that okay, now how do you compare these new IIMs with non-IIMs, how do you compare baby IIMs, because आपको baby IIMs के भी calls होंगे, या फिर हो सकता है उसी के calls हों, and आप ये वीडियो देख रहे हो just to know understand that baby IIMs के कॉल हैं या आएंगे, उस पे आप प्लीज सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मूविंग ऑन टू ऑल्सो वन मोर थिंग, in the description you will find the link to my free Telegram group. Join it. I am active over there, I respond, I will be there, all of those things are there. Also you can book a call with me if you have any queries even after this. All of this was very important to share, so that if watching this you are feeling कि अरे यार but समझ नहीं आया मैं कहाँ जाऊँ, you know where to go. Now my dear friends, let's talk about consulting. Consulting का preference order क्या होना चाहिए, what's that. And now let me again represent to you, bring back to you the data, जो कि डेटा अभी मैंने आपको, ये सब सेम डेटा है जो मैं प्रेजेंट कर चुका हूं पहले. अब मैं आपको फॉर कंसल्टिंग डोमेन स्पेशली एक स्क्रीन पे लेके आया हूं सामने सामने. नाउ लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड दिस, बिकॉज़ दिस इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. आई वांट यू टू सी इट वेरी प्रॉपर्ली. देयर आर 3 B schools which have audited placement report. Which B schools are these? These B schools, my dear friends, are IIM Udaipur, IIM Raipur, IIM Kashipur. Row number 2, row number second last, and 5th and 6th. That's that. And one more thing which is a very striking thing which you can see is that the audited placement report, which is IIM Udaipur, uska jo finals ka CTC for consulting. Hello, in each slide now I'm giving you the CTC which they have told for this domain. So this 21.54 is the CTC for consulting. IIM Udaipur's consulting CTC is spectacular, the highest among all, followed by highest among all percentage of offers in the finals, followed by probably highest of the all, in fact highest of the all percentage of students getting placed in summers. Everything is green. Even this third thing, it should have been this thing. Isn't it very clear and evident that okay, probably IIM Udaipur somewhere is among these 6, at least it is the consulting campus to go for, no doubt. Therefore at 1A you have an IIM Udaipur. Now suddenly you will be seeing that okay, what is 1A and 1B? Now here is what is extremely interesting about this ranking. I don't want to enforce anything upon you, yet I want to suggest you a prescription order. See, देखो, अगर वीडियो देख के आपको आइडिया ही नहीं मिला कि कहाँ जाना है, फायदा नहीं. अगर मैं वीडियो पे आके यही बोल दूं, हाँ जी ये भी अच्छा है, ये भी ठीक है, ये भी ठीक है, उसका भी कोई फायदा नहीं है. या फिर अगर मैं बहुत ही स्ट्रांगली बोलूं, हाँ बेटा देख ये वाला भी स्कूल तेरे लिए बहुत अच्छा है, ये वाला भी स्कूल बहुत अच्छा है, ये कर ले, उसका भी कोई फायदा नहीं है. See, either of these two things. Therefore this is the ideal way to go. Now what I'm saying is I have divided it to clusters. 1A and 1B means that both of these B schools are very much comparable. You can choose either, yet within those I am giving you my order. So even if you were to choose an IMT over an IIM Udaipur for whatever reason you want to, you would not be in for a big loss. कोई बहुत बड़ा कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ जाएगा लाइफ में, सिमिलर ही रहोगे. तो that same 1 and 2 and जो भी numbers हैं 1A and B, it means that only that it's essentially the same. Between these two you can make a call, and if you're still not able to make a call, then my sequence of A and B is there to help you. Clearly IIM Udaipur is number 1. Now why is it that an IIM Trichy is at number 2 when you have an IIM Ranchi which claims to be doing earning 20.49 lakhs in this thing, which is unaudited, or you have a 18.73 LP of an IIM Raipur. आप कहोगे चलो मान लिया यार, रांची जो है which is the next in line at 20.49, आप कह रहे हो यार रांची का तो पता नहीं क्या है, मगर रायपुर तो ऑडिटेड रिपोर्ट है, तो उसका 18.73 को आप कंसिडर क्यों नहीं कर रहे हो? बिकॉज माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, एक एस्ट्रिक्स मार्क है, वो एस्ट्रिक्स मार्क्स मैं बताता हूँ क्या है. दैट एस्ट्रिक्स मार्क इज दैट आई टोल्ड यू इन IIM Raipur's report they have combined analytics with consulting, so that is not consulting standalone. So when they are saying that 14.7% of the people in the finals got placed in consulting, that, my dear friends, includes analytics. And now here is where we start to dig deeper and get qualitative. Analytics and consulting are not supposed to be merged. First of all, they are not two streams which are supposed to be merged. Probably you can merge consulting and GenMan, which is what I have done over here, or you can merge a consulting and strategy, which is what an IIM Udaipur would do. The fact that they've merged the analytics and consulting and have not given that level of transparency is because probably more number of offers are from analytics, or not enough number of offers are from consulting, or we can't say it. So something which we can't say, we cannot be sure, which means that okay, while you would have thought that okay, IIM Raipur with a audited 18.3 would have been a great contender, it's not. Then comes in your IIM Trichy with good number of offers, which is 16% and at 16.85. Now you would say, but यार ये तो बड़ा random कर दिया आपने रांची भी छोड़ दिया, रायपुर भी छोड़ दिया. भाई रायपुर तो छोड़ दिया इसलिए बिकॉज भाई एनालिटिक्स एंड वो इट इज क्लब. But Trichy इसलिए because now Trichy is one of that institutes that this year it was the only institute in which McKinsey had come. In fact, last year in IIM Trichy, McKinsey and Bain, both of these organizations had come. Again, this is again very qualitative things which you need to know. Last year की placement report उठाओगे उसमें McKinsey और Bain भी दिखेगा, इस साल के उठाओगे उसमें McKinsey ही दिखेगा. Same was for IIM Udaipur. Last year की उठाओगे McKinsey and Bain दोनों दिखते थे. Obviously, these are back-end roles, not front-end roles. Do not get misled. But what I'm trying to tell you is that these are the insights which you need to draw. So, IIM Udaipur is great because this year they did not have a McKinsey, they did not have a Bain, yet they were able to do 16% students at a 21.54 in consulting and GenMan. Therefore, IIM Trichy comes second because at least you are getting grade 2 organizations which might come over there at a decent package. Now from there, we need to see that okay, kaun se honge next. I would say that okay, see the last 3 rows over here. You have IIM Ranchi, IIM Raipur and IIM Kashipur. Again, what you need to see here is that IIM Rohtak I am not including in the entire interaction right now is because it is a 16.05 which is unaudited. So while IIM Kashipur is also a 16, but at least it is audited. So IIM Rohtak among these last 4 is lowest in terms of the CTC as well as is lowest in terms of the finals as well. We can't be sure about this because Ranchi का नहीं है, but these two are this thing. But at least Ranchi is claiming a 20.49, which means अगर inflate भी करा होगा 2-2.5 लाख, वो फिर भी शायद रोहतक से ऊपर ही होगा, is what you can safely assume in this. Therefore, my dear friends, how would you go about it? You would go about it in a very safe fashion. That Ranchi, you don't know what is the percentage because whether they would have combined a consulting with a analytics, with a prod man, with what you don't know. What you have in front of you is IIM Kashipur, which does a 16 LPA at 12.7 and it is audited. It is crystal clear in front of you. It is closer to this number also and it is audited data. It is sure. Therefore, now when I open the second segment of it, you see something like this. You see an IIM Kashipur, IIM Raipur, IIM Ranchi. Now, one question you may have with me from me here is that okay, if I have options between Kashipur and Raipur, what should I do? Now here is one qualitative advice which I will give here. That is why I had said to you कि please hear me out also. If you have an option between Kashipur and Raipur, which is 2A and 2B, and if you want to go for GenMan, general management, not consulting, then you might even choose an IIM Raipur above and IIM Kashipur. You can do it. Why? Because if you go back to the data which is on the section wise and everything, you will see that if you see the GenMan data data apparently happens to be one of the highest, in fact the highest amongst all campuses, which is 17.5, which is the fourth row. If you see this is IIM Raipur, it is the highest. So if IIM Raipur had not merged their analytics and consulting as one, surely this would have been lower, way lower than this, and it would not have looked very attractive. But because of the fact that GenMan at IIM Raipur is very high, my suggestion to you is that if you're not looking for consulting as per something like that, but if you're okay with GenMan, then my dear friends, probably you could even put a Raipur at a 2A and a Kashipur at a 2B. A Ranchi comes in at a 2C because it is not showing anything else apart from its 20.49 LPA, and followed by a Rohtak which shows a 16.05, which is unaudited, could be inflated, could not be inflated, I don't know, at 8% of the finals. This is what I prescribe. I'm using that word. Yes, I did use that word. This is what I'm suggesting as the order for consulting. This is what it is. You can take a screenshot of this. You can do whatever you want to do with this. If still you have specific doubts, if you have anything to say, do not forget to comment on this video. Please feel free to comment on this video. That's fine. Or connect with me. Either book a call with me. We'll discuss things for you, specifically for you, or we'll do something else. Now, my dear friends, moving on to the next very important field, which is sales and marketing, because that is something which I know which you aspire for a lot. And let me start off again by presenting the data. And here is the data in front of you. My dear friends, it is pretty clear now from here. If you see the last two rows, okay, forget even that. If you talk about the final CTCs, 19.07 is the final CTC claimed by IIM Ranchi. We don't know anything else about it. We don't know the breakup of finals and summers, kuch nahi pata, neither it is audited. वो 19.7 उसने sales and marketing का डाल दिया है. We don't know anything else. Apart from that, if we come down to it, then we'll see that okay, there are two institutes, IIM Udaipur and IIM Ranchi, which are both audited reports and are claiming very strong numbers, 17.56 and 17.1. You would also see IIMT is claiming slightly above them, even IIMR. But now here is the thing. Here is where the smartness needs to come. Here is where I as a coach need to help you out with the new IIM rankings. That IIM Rohtak and IIMT, IIM RO and IIMT are claiming 17.73 and 18.73 not being audited. So if you were to reduce the inflation, if any, this might even get lower than an IIM Udaipur and IIM Raipur's actual 17.56 and 17.1. And we go back to our rule that when we are so close in terms of the data, please respect audited placement reports, which means very clearly from this, which is the institute which should be one. It has to be IIM Raipur. Therefore, the 1A is IIM Raipur, followed by a very close IIM Udaipur, which is at 1B, because IIM Udaipur, while it is doing a better number in terms of the average salary, and it is very close in terms of your finals and this thing summers, but you know that these two are very close. So again, 1A and 1B का क्या फंडा है? आप अगर IIM Udaipur भी choose कर लो, कोई हर्जा नहीं है. You'll be very happy. You will not regret anything. That is why वो 1 में ही आते हैं, 1A या फिर 1B है. अब आगे चलते हैं. So which means what? Now, what should be the next institute which you need to look at? Now see this. It is extremely interesting what you have in front of you. You have an IIM Ranchi which is claiming the highest, which is 19.07. After that, you have a IIM Rohtak which is claiming a 17.73, which is again okay. First things first. Let us not speak about IIM K for right now. K means KA, because the CTC is pretty low. For all you know, Rohtak जो है उसकी भी शायद CTC यही होगी. For all you know, I don't know. But the CTC for IIM Kashipur is pretty low, so let's not speak about it right now. Let's focus on IIM Ranchi, IIM Trichy, and IIM Rohtak. Now I am saying that an IIM Ranchi is claiming a 19.07, which is huge. Which means that even if it is unaudited, even if it is exaggerated, it will be somewhere closer to an IIM Rohtak. So somewhere Rohtak and Ranchi are two comparable institutes in terms of sales and this thing, and therefore in my next two slots, which is 2A and 2B, I have placed Ranchi and Rohtak. Why is it that Ranchi is at 2A and Rohtak is at 2B? There is one nuanced reason for this, and that reason for it is one simple thing. Ranchi has been doing very well in terms of analytics, or not very well, I would not say extremely well or something like that, but Ranchi has a specific program on business analytics. Therefore, Ranchi is building its expertise in analytics. which helps in sales and marketing education as well. An organization prefers to go to such institutes. These institutes, they sell themselves to these organizations in that fashion that, hey, we have a separate program on business analytics and you would know this. Therefore, probably we provide these kind of skills to our students. For that particular edge probably is what I have kept IIM Ranchi above IIM Rohtak. Now comes IIM Trichy and IIM KA. Now it's a very simple thing. IIM Kashipur has a better percentage in terms of the finals. It is an audited report. IIM Trichy is lower in terms of the percentage of students, and in fact it is extremely low. It is very low because in an environment where sales and marketing usually are the highest offers or are very easy to find job roles for these B school admins, if there are low percentage for sales and marketing, it shows one thing, that this institute is focusing more on something else. It wants to probably suppress its offers for marketing instead. Therefore, and we can see that IMT is building more focus in finance, probably also in analytics. We'll know if it is true or not. Therefore, for that reason, your 3A and 3B become IIM Kashipur and IIM Trichy. This, my dear friends, is what I'd suggest to you as the preference order for sales and marketing. It should be IIM Raipur, IIM Udaipur, comparable, same, followed by IIM Ranchi, good institute for this, followed by IIM Rohtak, IIM Kashipur could be there, and finally last place for you to go could be for this one. Now again, 3A and 3B, it means the same thing. You can choose either, you will not feel sad about that. Now, my dear friends, we go to another very important thing, which is finance, and a lot of you would have been waiting for this. This is very important because from finance onwards, suddenly things start to change. I add something else to my evaluation from finance onwards. We have three things left. We have finance, we have product management, analytics and IT, and we have operations. Inka analysis reh gaya. If you've not liked the video, like the video. If you have not commented on the video yet that okay, yes, I found my answer, go ahead and comment on the video that okay, what is your answer, and do not forget to subscribe to the channel. It's very important for me, for you, for everybody. Now let's move on to the next one, which, my dear friends, is finance, because here is where things get interesting, and you will see now how the big brother inside of me will come out to protect you. Finance. Now let's talk about finance, and let me again start off by presenting data to you. The data is here in front of you, which is very clear. Now it's pretty clear. One of the standout performers in this, not standout, but yes, one of the significantly higher performers, or yes, I can use the word standout, is IMT at a 20.35 LPA. It is finals percentage of finance offers is 23, summers is 20%. Very big numbers, followed by all of the audited placement reports are slightly lower. Now again, I could have used that particular philosophy. Wait a minute, IIM Trichy का unaudited 20.35 है, IIM उदयपुर का audited मतलब 19 है, close है ना, तो मतलब कि अगर T अगर exaggerated भी होगा तो मतलब 18 के आसपास होगा, तो I should put IIM उदयपुर ऊपर. I would not do something like that in this case. I'll tell you why. Because again, I need to bring in my years of experience in this. When I did this ranking the last year itself, even then with data, IIM Trichy was ranked number 1 in finance. You can watch that video, it's on YouTube. IIM Trichy was rank 1. Previous year to that also, IIM Trichy was rank 1 for me in finance. It is consistently doing good. Therefore, when I had said that perception of a B school is also important, that is what I would do over here. And it's not entirely perception. You can see that data, or at least their claims, supported. No, see, nobody's gonna, you have to understand this. A B school is working towards a vision, and that is clear. So IMT right now seems to be the place for you to go to for finance. And in this, I have not created a 1A or a B. It's just 1 in this case. Now comes a close next, which is what you can see here. If I look at the remaining, अब मैं first row हटा देता हूँ. I talk about IIM Udaipur, IIM Rohtak, IIM Ranchi, IIM Raipur, and this thing. Okay, great. Between IIM Ranchi and Udaipur, which are the next two highest, you can clearly see I do not have anything to talk about IIM Ranchi except for the fact that it is 20.19. It is good, but 20.19 was only for 5% of the students, or 10% or 15% or 25%. I don't know. But what I know is that IIM Udaipur does a 3.6%, which is lower among the rest, but does a very high average. How is it that at 3.6% offers, it is doing a very good average? Okay, so the question is not how is it. I'm saying that it is a good thing, that okay, IIM Udaipur is probably getting good finance roles, and now I can back this up qualitatively as well. In all of these institutes, IIM Udaipur is the only institute which is getting Goldman Sachs. Therefore, my dear friends, basis the data and the qualitative thing which I know, IIM Udaipur becomes your 2A. This is important for you to know, my dear friends. It is important for me to bring my qualitative analysis also, because that is something which you would not find if I would not have told you that okay, IIM Udaipur for the last 4-5 years, 5 years in fact now, is consistently getting Goldman Sachs. जब मैं graduate हुआ था उसके next year से it had started, so like 6 years when Goldman had started to come. My dear friends, this is big. This is what you need to know. Which means what? Which means that now we're closer to knowing what is the next institute. Now let's talk about an institute like Raipur, which is audited at 17.7, 7.2 offers, very strong and solid. And probably you might want to talk about कि यार but आप रोहतक के 29% को इग्नोर क्यों कर रहे हो? इग्नोर क्यों कर रहे हो? वो अनऑडिटेड है, इग्नोर क्यों कर रहे हो? अनऑडिटेड है इसलिए ही इग्नोर कर रहा हूँ बिकॉज एक और चीज भी है. Again, I would go back to historical data. Historically, and you can check this by downloading the placement report, all of them are unaudited. In the case of IIM Rohtak, their finance percentage has been ranging between 12 to 15, 12 to 18% at max. Last year, their percentage was around 17 to 18%. You can check this in the placement report. Just on account of 1 year's jump of 10% or 12%, I would not give it suddenly a very high ranking. You can check my finance ranking for last year. For it to suddenly jump to a better rank, it needs to do the same thing more than once, which is what the case was for IIMT. I was doing finance really well in the last 2 years. Therefore, on account of a 17.7 of audited report, IIM Raipur is my next pick, which is a 3A followed by a 3B at IIM Ranchi, because now you cannot ignore your 20.19 for long. 20.19, even if exaggerated, brings it very closer to the remaining 2 data. Then comes in very closely your IIM Rohtak, because now suddenly for me IIM Ranchi and IIM Rohtak would be very comparable B schools here, because both of them have not got their placements report audited. Rohtak is claiming a 29% of the placements, however a 17.07 unaudited. 17.01 unaudited means actuals और भी कम हो सकते हैं, 15 के इर्द गिर्द हो सकते हैं. रांची unaudited 20 मतलब actuals कोई 17 के पास हो सकते हैं. That is why Ranchi comes in the league with IIM Raipur for this, then followed by a 4A and 4B of Rohtak and Kashipur. Again, pause this video, go back, watch it 5 times, 10 times, share it with whoever you want to. In fact, I would urge you, please share this video with your friends. They might need it. Don't let them make wrong choices. Waitlist movement is not so important. Yeah, come on. Your friendship is more important than that. Please share it. Or if you are a teacher and educator, if you are a parent, please share it with your child as well. They will be able to make very good informed choices with this. Now, my dear friends, I'll move to the next one, which is also extremely important, the last 2. And then finally, at the end of the video, I'll be sharing with you what you need to do next. Ab next kya karna hai, now that you know. If you're confused, what to do next. If you've got clarity, what you should do next. Now, my dear friends, let me go to the second last rankings, which, my dear friends, is the product management, IT and analytics. And let me tell you one thing now, a very important thing which you need to know, that I have also ranked it as per these importance. Ki product, I have given more weightage to prodman. Ki bhai prodman kahan pe aata hai? Because for students, prodman is a more sought after role. Then second weightage I have given to analytics, because it is also a very sought after role. Then third weightage I have given to IT. Therefore, when I'll be sieving through this data, I'll be looking first for PM. Ki bhai PM acha kahan pe? Then probably I'll come to analytics, because that is what the prestigiousness or the prestige of these roles is. Again, one thing is very clear to us. The 2 audited reports at the top give a very remarkable explanation of product management, IT and analytics. One is at 17.9 LPA with a staggering 26.8%, and the other is at 15.2, slightly lower, and at a 30% of whatever this is. It's good. Apart from that, the highest overall is IIMT, which is 21, and the second highest happens to be an IIM Rohtak. But the problem with IIM Rohtak, my dear friends, and the problem with IIMT, now again, you would say to me that, अरे but आपने IIMT को IT and analytics में क्यों नहीं ऊपर rank कर रहा है? Which means नहीं, मतलब कर रहा हूँ मैं. But you might ask me this, because the answer is, in their report, it is only IT and analytics. They have not mentioned PM. So if you see this, they have not mentioned PM, and I'm saying that I'm giving priority to PM right now. Even in IIM Rohtak, they've combined PM, IT and operations. So suddenly it seems as if they don't get analytics roles altogether. Therefore, my top two are very clear. My top one preference for product management, analytics and IT is IIM Udaipur, an clean audited report at 17.9 LPA for PM analytics and IT, followed by a 2A of IIM Kashipur, audited report, slightly lower salary, in fact lowest of them all salaries, but very good strong numbers. One more reason. Hello. Now again, this might raise some eyebrows कि अरे ये क्या कर दिया आपने bypass करके IIM काशीपुर को जो 15.2 सबसे lowest है उसको सबसे ऊपर ले गए, आप कैसे हो गया? bypass नहीं करा है, अगर करा भी है तो you need to understand this. Final सबसे highest है उसके, which is that this thing. And finals highest क्यों है? You need to know that also. Why IIM Kashipur is a good place to be for analytics and for PM? Because IIM Kashipur has a separate program for what? It has a separate program for business analytics. Therefore, my dear friends, there is more skill. There is more, the environment at that B school, the education is more analytics oriented. This plays a very important role, as I've told you in case of some other institute, which was IIM Ranchi, that when the placecom explains to the corporates why you should come for this role to our campus, these are the things they sell them on. That is why more companies come. That is why, my dear friends, the 2A is this one. Now we come to what should be 3 in this entire thing. Again, we can clearly see that apart from these remaining ones, there is IT and analytics, which is at IMT. Now again, Abhi, there is one place which is IIM Rohtak, which is left, which does PM, but it has clubbed PM with operations, which in itself is a standalone thing. Therefore, I would give respect more to the two institutes which have kept IT and analytics separately, and therefore those two happen to be IIM2 and IIM Ranchi, which is what my 3A is and my 4A is. 4B is then a closely followed IIM Rohtak, which also has PM roles. It has IT roles but does not have ops. IIM Raipur comes last in this, and it is very clear why it comes last, even though it has an audited report. So please, all of those people who used to come at me and saying that, oh, all you care is about audited. No, I don't care so much about this thing either, because B schools can mess it up even with an audited report. For example, you can see in front of you, IIM Raipur has combined operations with IT and analytics with consult. Why? IT and analytics should have been standalone. That is when this would have made more sense. So right now, from IIM Raipur's report, you cannot make any sense out of it. So even if they have stated a 27.8% for Prodman, analytics and IT, you don't know 27.8 में से कितना ops में जा रहा है, कितना IT में जा रहा है, कितना analytics में, कितना consult में, कुछ नहीं पता है. सब mixed है, सब कुछ है. My dear friends, this was going to help you for product management, analytics and IT, and now we'll talk about a very important one, the last one of them all, which is operations, after which I'll tell you 3 important things which you need to know, 3 very important things which you need to know. If you've not got clarity, if you've got clarity, whichever is the case, you have to stay up till the end. I'll tell you what you need to do. Now, my dear friends, let's come to the last of the rankings, which is operations, and this becomes very crucial for anybody who's taking operations very seriously. You need to know this. Now again, I'll present to you data, and let's start off by understanding data. It's very clear. There are these 2 institutes, audited reports, IIM Udaipur, IIM Kashipur, and good numbers, if you see. Also, there's a third institute, IIM Raipur, which is the last row. Again, I'm talking about the first 2 rows, which is IIM Udaipur, IIM Kashipur, and the last row, IIM Raipur. These 3 are audited reports. In this, the highest placement of 21.83 is with IIM Kashipur, although the percentage in finals is very low. The highest percentage is in IIM Raipur. And even though IIM Raipur's report is audited with a 27.8 and the package is also high, but you don't know whether it is purely operations or not. It could be IT salaries also, for all you know. And usually, again, you have to understand the intent of an institute. Institutes know that finance, marketing and operations, ये तो लोग standalone देखते हैं. उसके बावजूद भी अगर कोई institute merge कर रहा है operations को IT से, I question the intent. And because of this action of hiding operations or hiding IT with operations, किसी एक को तो इन्होंने hide करा है कुछ करके, is what I understand. Therefore, my first 2 rankings are the 2 audited reports. IIM Kashipur deserves to be one clearly audited report with the highest package, even though the percentages are low, but they have given data for exact ops and Supply Chain Management. SCM stands for Supply Chain Management. तो अगर आप 2.1% के लिए भी जा रहे हो, आपको exactly पता है वो 2.1% ऑपरेशंस एंड सप्लाई चेन के रोल हैं, और अगर मैंने अभी से स्किल बिल्डिंग कर ली, अभी से अगर मैंने हाउ टू बी स्कूल कोर्स ले लिया, तो मैं कॉन्सेप्ट क्रैशर वाला कोर्स 3rd नंबर का करके मैं अपने स्किल्स भी इंप्रूव कर लूंगा या कर लूंगी, एंड आई कैन बी रेडी फॉर दैट. Therefore these are 1A and 1B. You can choose either of them, preferably IIM Kashipur. Now comes the next two, which is what you need to see. Obviously now the next has to be an IIM Raipur, because it is an audited report with the second highest, so it has to be Raipur for me very clearly. But then you also have to see उसके अलावा क्या है. उसके अलावा the next contenders could be IIMT, which is row 3, and IIM Ranchi, because both of these are also specific to ops. But the problem is Ranchi has not shared anything else apart from that. So while it is an 18.7, it could even be a 17, it could even be a 16. So is with this, it could be a 15. I am talking about IIMT. Therefore my next two are IIM Raipur and IIMT, because IIM Raipur, because it does an audited 19.9. I don't know whether that is entirely ops or IT, but it does something. It is audited, so the numbers at least are true, and then that is closely followed by an IIMT, which does a 7%, which does 17.75. Again, not audited, but here is where I am bringing in my qualitative advice, that okay, these are the places for you to go. One more advice I will give you, why I have placed some institute above some other institute, and the last two institutes which I have kept here is IIM Ranchi and IIM Rohtak. IIM Rohtak is last because they've combined product management, IT and operations, probably in an attempt to either hide operations or to hide broadband or to hide IT. Unclear, not ambiguous, should have been clear. It deserves to be at last, and that's why. One more thing now before I conclude and tell you the next steps. One important thing, especially for operations and for finance and for PM, जो लास्ट में मैंने 3 आपको कहे थे, एक्सेप्ट फॉर कंसल्टिंग एंड सेल्स एंड दिस थिंग, फाइनेंस, पीएम और ऑपरेशंस में एक बात सुन लीजिए. मैंने रैंकिंग्स बनाते वक्त एक और कंसिडरेशन करी है. वो कंसिडरेशन ये करी है दैट बिकॉज द परसेंटेज ऑफ ऑफर्स इन दीज फील्ड्स आर सो लो, आई डोंट वांट, एंड आई नो बिकॉज इट हैपेंस विद माय स्टूडेंट्स सो मच, आई नो दैट यू गेट इनटू एन इंस्टीट्यूट, यू थिंक दैट ओके आई वांट टू डू ऑपरेशंस, बट वहां जाके समझ आता है नहीं यार ऑपरेशंस नहीं है, तो सब सेल्स ही कर रहे हैं, फिर ये कर रहे हैं. देयरफॉर मैंने रैंकिंग्स में इसलिए भी करा है कि ओके वेट अ मिनट, मैंने फाइनेंस रैंकिंग्स ऐसे क्रिएट करी है कि अगर मान लो इसका बी स्कूल में जाके माइंड चेंज हो जाता है, तो फाइनेंस से क्लोजेस्ट क्या है? फाइनेंस से क्लोजेस्ट है कंसल्टिंग, जेनमैन प्रोबेबली, तो एटलीस्ट उस बी स्कूल में कंसल्टिंग और जेनमैन भी ठीक हो, मैंने ये भी अकाउंट फॉर करा है. तो आई हैव डन अ बैलेंसिंग एक्ट ऑफ सॉर्ट्स. सेम थिंग आई हैव डन फॉर अ प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट, कि भाई अगर ये जा रहा है सोच के कि प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट करना है, तो एटलीस्ट रैंकिंग ऐसे रखूं कि अगर प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट नहीं इसको मतलब हुआ, तो एटलीस्ट ये मार्केटिंग, ब्रांड इस सब में रोल में जा सके, वो वाले भी तो आसपास दिखेगा आपको. There is a lot of thought which goes behind this. This is not a sham of an activity done by a lot of influencers who just do things because it's a good thing to make a video on. No, it's not that. Now I'll quickly tell you what are your next steps. 3 very simple steps. Please follow them. Do not miss them. My dear friends, your first next step is this. If you're still confused, you could be. Watch the video again. But if it does not help you, connect with me on a one-to-one call. You'll find a link to my TopMate account. Go there and book a call with me. We will talk about it. You can give me your answers. Or your next step could be, please start getting prepared for MBA. The way to go for it is go for How to Be School Pro Plus. You'll find a link to that on my website of Creedom. On my account, you'll find it there, and you will get these 4 courses, which is How to Be School, MBA Specialization Selector, MBA Concept Crashers, Business Communication Mastery. It's a must-have course for all aspirants. Also, one big news for you, this course is now also available on the Career Launchers website, so you can take it from there, or you can take it from my website, which is creedom.co, anywhere. And the third thing is that, my dear friends, you should do this anyway. If you need more support from me, from my community, from your friends, go ahead and join my free Telegram group, the link to which is also in my description. My dear friends, take a snapshot of this. I want you, if you're confused, do not wait. Please book a call with me, talk to me. I don't want a student to make a choice in a wrong way. Even if you're a parent, please book a call and talk to me. I am there. Book a call, find my link below. If not, if you're prepared, get more prepared. Take How to Be School, that is for you. My dear friends, my attempt in this video was to give you as much clarity I could have. I made this video with the intention that if my nephew or niece tomorrow, or if my younger brother asks me that okay, where should I go, what is the advice that I would give to my family, मैं अपनी family को क्या दूंगा advice, इस video मैं वैसे advice दी. It's not a professional thing that okay, this sounds better. No, this is done with care. This is the same advice I would give to somebody in my family. Therefore, thanks for watching this video very carefully up till the end. If you watch this video up till the end, please go down in the comments and let me know. Watched it up till the end. Whatever you want to say, let me know. If you think that oh, this was bad, this was horrible, क्या ही बकवास था, बता देना comment में. अगर अच्छा लगा बता देना. I'll see you in the next video wherein I'll be doing more comparative analysis of some other B schools. Thanks a lot and goodbye.